So I'm going to, let's see, look at this one. So here's the graph. Wow, lots of stuff. So if we look at what we've got to fill out. Domain, range, x-intercept, y-intercept, symmetry next. Symmetry, blend the left and the right. I hope left hand, right hand. Maybe that doesn't matter. Continuity, I probably switched them around, but that's all right. Increase, decrease, max, and min. Each one of these is worth a half a point. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. So each one of these is worth 6 points. The test itself is like 36 points. There's 3 of these. 3 times 6 is 18. So half of your points are on these 3 graphs. Lots of stuff. So as a kind of a quick review, but let's do the stuff we just got done doing. Are there any maxes or mins? Nope.
One.
It's the stuff in blue. Those are my asymptotes, okay? So that is a max at 0, 0. Doesn't look like there's any mins, okay? But there's a maximum right there. Now let's do the increasing, decreasing, see what happens. Since we've just been doing it, I'm going to start all the way on the left. What am I doing right away? Uphill or downhill? Going uphill, and I start at negative infinity, right? Negative infinity, and I go uphill until I get to that red line, that red wall, which is at an x value of negative 1. Then I jump over the red wall and I'm down here in the blue line. Am I still going uphill? Yep, I'm still going uphill until I get to 0. So I'm going to still be at negative 1 and going uphill until I get to 0. Then I'm going to start going downhill from 0 until I get to that red line, which is at positive 1. Jump over the red wall, and I'm still going downhill until I get to positive infinity. All right, that's the stuff we just got done doing. Not too bad. So let's go back to the top. Domain and range. Domain, almost similar to what we just got done doing, okay? Except now we don't care if it's increasing or decreasing. We just want to know, did I break this up? Is there something, is there an open dot somewhere? Is there vertical dash lines? Is there breaks in the action? Well, the first thing I run into if I start running this train is I can't get all the way to the right because that wall's in the way, isn't it? But I started at an x value of negative infinity, arrow on the left. And I'm going to go all the way to negative 1. That's my first break in the action. I jump over the wall and I'm starting down here. And so I got to start at negative 1 and keep on going all the way till I get to positive 1. Also another break in the action. Both of those are going to be open. It's the x values I'm using to draw this graph. Then I jump over the wall at 1, and I'm still heading all the way to the right until I get an arrow on the right. Go from 1 to positive infinity. Negative 1 and positive 1 are my jumps. The range is the same thing, but I'm starting at the bottom. I start at the bottom and hit an arrow on the bottom. I'm going going to go from negative infinity, I'm going to go all the way up until I get to here. That's the top. What's the y value there? 0. And that's actually included. That right there is something people are going to miss. Included. Then I don't have any y's until I get to right above the red line. And that red line is at a y value of 1. And that's going to start, I can start drawing, and I would draw and use all that all the way up to the top. So the range is going to then pick up at 1. It doesn't include it because it is a dashed line. We go all the way to the top to positive infinity. Those two things we just got done doing are the increasing, decreasing, and the domain and the range are usually where people are messing things up. It's my common mistake area. Okay? Just watch out. Because these next ones are really pretty easy. X-intercepts and y-intercepts. Where's it across the x-axis? 0, 0. Where's it across the y-axis? 0, 0. 0, 0. 0, 0. Symmetric. You have 3 choices. X-axis, which is top to bottom. Is that the same? Y-axis, left to right. That one is. Origin would be the kitty corner stuff, but you can never have 2, right? It's always 1, 3, or none. So this is just the y-axis, and make sure I can tell that it's a y, not, oh hey, I'll write down something that looks like x and it looks like y, and I'll get it right no matter what. Now I'm bad, I usually guess wrong every time. Left ends and right ends. The end behavior. What's happening as I go all the way to the left to the y value? As I go all the way to the left, the y value is approaching that red line, which is at 1. So we write this as y approaching 1. If I go all the way to the right, the y value is also approaching that red line, which is at a y value of 1. Continuity. Is that thing continuous? No. Where? What x values did you have to pick up your pencil? Usually the domain, and these guys are going to be very similar, if not exactly the same. Which 2 x values? -1 and +1. So not that x equals -1 and +1. And there you go. That's a quick and dirty on all of those. That's one of those.